Morning to the Franklin County Board of Commissioners General Session for May 16th, 2023. We will have a full accounting of the NFL offseason. But we will, as a reminder, please remember that if you are calling in to participate, you need to ensure to mute your phone line because this is a public meeting. And this morning, we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Boyce.
I'm sorry. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Or I can lead it if you want me to.
This day is just
It's a
weird day. I don't know what's going on here.
All right. Okay. Well, as many of you know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and mental health is something that we take very seriously here at the Board of County Commissioners in Franklin County. Both of us and our team, and the community as a whole. Counties serve our residents in social and mental health with a safety net, and we are very proud to have invested heavily in the new Adam H. Crisis Care Center that we broke ground on in February. We know that about 1 in 5 Americans have mental health emergencies in any given year, and with this new facility, we will help to get them the support that they need. I also want to direct you to the free online mental health resources that can be found at franklincountyohio.crediblemine.com. It's an evidence-based platform to connect residents with tools to address and understand their own mental health needs and the resources that they need to getting help, including self-assessments, connections to articles, videos, podcasts, books, and the referrals to local mental health care providers. Credible Mind reminds us that it's okay to not be okay, and it helps provide the tools and the resources that we need to get back on our feet and to help a loved one who is struggling. And again, Credible Mind is free to Franklin County residents and can be found at franklincountyohio.crediblemine.com. I'm also pleased to point out that last week was Public Service Recognition Week, a time set aside to recognize the dedicated public servants who allow our state, local, and national governments to function successfully. Here in Franklin County, I know that we've got the best local government workforce in the state, and I'm glad to take a moment to thank them for all that they do to serve every resident every day in Franklin County. So thank you to those of you that are in the room and to those of you that are paying attention online, and even if you're not paying attention, we want to thank everybody that works for Franklin County because you guys do a fantastic job. It's not always easy to as I like to say, it's definitely not always easy to make Commissioner Boyce and I look good, but we appreciate all that you do on behalf of the residents of Franklin County. If we can get an approval of the minutes of the May 2nd, 2023 general session and the May 11th, 2023 briefing session. You know, kind of on that note, as soon as I said it's not easy to make me look good, then Annie Risnar walked right in the room right when I said that, so, yeah.
And we know she makes you look good. We know the impact she has.
So if we can get an approval of the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Thank you. The minutes have been approved.
All right, to the county auditor.
Resolution number 38823, resolution authorizing a 4-year contract with Woolpert Incorporated and Pictometry International Corporation for oblique aerial photography utilizing non-general funds in the amount of $923,592.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. My name is P.R. Casey. I am Deputy Chief of Staff and General Counsel for Auditor Michael Stenziano. Only one item for you today. This resolution seeks to enter into a 4-year contract in the amount of $923,592 for Woolpert and Company and Pictometry International Corporation for the provision of oblique aerial photography. These photos are used extensively for appraisal services and map creation and are also offered to local county agencies and the public for a variety of uses, from planning to security and disaster assessment requirements and emergency response preparedness. Aerial photography saves the county time and money by allowing appraisers to see new and changed construction from the office rather than deploying into the field. I want to thank purchasing, the prosecutor's office, and the clerk for their assistance. And pending any questions, we would ask for your approval of this resolution. Thank you.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 388-23.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 388-23 has been adopted.
Thank you. The Franklin County Data Center.
Resolution number 389-23, resolution authorizing a contract with Rebecca Johnson for project management services in the amount of $45,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Julie Lusk, CFO with the Data Center, and with me today is Data Center CIO Adam Frumpkin. Our first resolution is for project management services to manage the upgrade of two vital content management platforms. The contract has been approved to form by the purchasing and the prosecuting attorney's office, and the project by the Franklin County Automatic Data Processing Board. Pending any questions, we respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 389-23.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 389-23 has been adopted. Resolution number 390-23, resolution authorizing the renewal of the Microsoft Server and Cloud Agreement in the amount of $619,767.20.
Thank you. And this second resolution provides the county administrator the authority to execute paperwork associated with the Microsoft Server and Cloud Agreement, which includes the licensing associated with the databases that run throughout the county. The agreement has been approved to form by the prosecuting attorney's office and the renewal by the Automatic Data Processing Board. I'm proud to report that our database team has worked over the past 3 years to consolidate the environment, thus reducing the overall cost of licensing, while the number and size of the applications running within that environment has increased. Pending any questions, we respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 390-23.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 390-23 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Julie. Economic Development and Planning.
Resolution number 391-23, review of petition to annex 0.918 acres more or less from Jackson Township to the City of Grove City, case number ANX-19-23.
Morning, Commissioners. James Schimmer, Director of Economic Development and Planning. Attached this morning in front of you is a resolution to consider an expedited annexation of 0.91 acres, more or less, from Jackson Township to the City of Grove City. The petition case number is ANX 19-23. The owners of the property are Matthew and Patricia Watkins. The site is located at 3972 Orders Road, parcel identification number 160-001872. The agent is Casey Waugh of Waugh Law LLC. The perimeter of the property is approximately 1,000 feet. 300 feet or 30% is contiguous to the City of Grove City. Our analysis has shown that the applicant has in fact met all of the statutory requirements outlined in section 709.021 of the Ohio Revised Code, and the applicant has provided proof of notification, a timeline, and has provided a resolution from the City of Grove City identifying the services that will be provided once the annexation has been approved, and a statement regarding incompatible land uses and zoning buffer. Resolution number CR-20-23 was passed by the City of Grove City on April 17th, 2023. Commissioners, we're recommending to you this morning the approval of this annexation.
All right. If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 391-23.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 391-23 has been adopted. Resolution number 392-23, review of petition to annex 0.88 acres, more or less, from Jackson Township to the City of Columbus, case number ANX-20-23.
Commissioners, this is a resolution to consider an expedited 2 annexation of 0.76 acres, more or less, from Jackson Township to the City of Columbus. The petition case number is ANX-20-23. The owner is Ruth Martin. The site is located at 1874 Demarest Road, parcel identification number 160-0-002099. The agent is David Martin. The total perimeter of this site is approximately 832 feet, approximately 127 feet, or 15%, is contiguous to the City of Columbus. Our analysis has shown that the applicant has in fact met all of the statutory requirements outlined in 709.021 of the Ohio Revised Code. The applicant has provided proof of notification and timeline and has provided an ordinance from the City of Columbus identifying the services that will be provided once annexation has been approved, and a statement regarding the incompatible land uses and zoning buffer. Ordinance number 0961-2023 was passed by the City of Columbus on April 17th of 2023. Commissioners, we're asking for your approval of this annexation this morning.
Okay. If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 392-23.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 392-23 has been adopted.
Have a great day, you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you. Job and Family Services.
Resolution number 393-23. Resolution approving 3 contracts for on-site case management services between the Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services and Mount Carmel East Hospital, Mount Carmel St. Anne's Hospital, and Mount Carmel Grove City Hospital in the amount of $302,282.80.
Good morning, Commissioners. Vivian Turner, Chief Administrator. Per the terms of the contract, one of the case managers will be stationed full-time. One of our case managers will be stationed full-time at each Mount Carmel hospital to provide timely assistance in determining patient eligibility, primarily for Medicaid, but also for other agency programs. Mount Carmel will reimburse our agency for the actual monthly costs for each case manager, which is not to exceed $27,184.34, and for the 3 assigned case managers. They will also reimburse us up to 10% of the cost each month to help cover the cost of assigned supervisors and clerical specialists for each case manager. The total reimbursement amount for this initial 12-month term is not to exceed $102,506.65 per hospital, for a maximum combined reimbursement of $302,282.80. This includes one option to extend the contract for an additional 12 months upon mutual agreement of both parties. Pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
All right. If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 393-23.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 393-23 has been adopted. Resolution number 394-23. Resolution authorizing a data use agreement between the Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services and the Regents of the University of California, Irvine.
Our agency was awarded a grant from the Abdul Latif Jamel Poverty Action Lab, or JPAL, at MIT through their Local Innovation Initiative competition, which is intended to support designing and implementing program evaluations with the goal of providing evidence-based recommendations for policy changes. Our work with JPAL is centered on rental assistance and eviction rates. As a part of the grant, we have been connected with the national researchers to design a controlled trial study studying whether and how eviction rates are impacted when pairing PRC emergency rental assistance funding with eviction prevention workshops offered through our partners at Community Mediation Services. This resolution would permit us to share data with one of these researchers, Matthew Friedman, who is a professor of economics at the University of California, Irvine, to support the study. The data shared in the agreement was collected through August of 2022 and will provide information on residents' experiences applying for, enrolling in, and accessing rental assistance programs and services. This resolution also authorizes the director to enter into any necessary written modifications and amendments. Pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 394-23.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 394-23 has been adopted. Resolution number 395-23, resolution authorizing a data use agreement between the Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services and the University of Tennessee.
Commissioners, this final resolution also supports our research collaboration with JPAL. As a part of our grant work, we were connected with researcher Dr. Stephanie Casey Pierce, who was with the Ohio State University at the time she started working with us on the project. She has since started a new job as an assistant professor of political science with the University of Tennessee as of last fall, but has continued to lead the research on this JPAL project. This resolution would permit us to share pertinent data about residents' experiences, applying for, enrolling in, and accessing rental assistance programs. It also permits the county administrator to enter into agreed-upon modifications or amendments. And pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
Okay, if there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 395-23.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 395-23 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners. Have a wonderful Tuesday.
Thanks,
too.
Vivian. Justice Policy and Programs.
Resolution number 396-23, resolution authorizing 3 sub-grant awards and contracts for services to provide public safety and crime reduction initiatives under the FY 2022 Justice Assistance Grant in the amount of $130,243.
Good morning, Commissioners. Caitlin Looney, Grants Administrator with the Office of Justice Policy and Programs. These 3 sub-grant awards are funded through our fiscal year 2022 Justice Assistance Grant for services to provide public safety and crime reduction initiatives. The first sub-award would be to the City of Whitehall in the amount of $13,799 to support their Youth Violence Crime Reduction Initiative. This allows their jurisdiction to deploy both uniformed and undercover officers throughout Whitehall to increase youth safety and curb the incidence of juvenile crime and delinquency. The second sub-award would be to the City of Columbus Division of Police in the amount of $106,000 to support the purchase of a gas chromatograph mass spectrometer system for the crime lab, which is used to analyze evidence to determine if a controlled substance is present. This device is used to provide timely information on drug trends in our community and increase the on-scene safety of law enforcement. The third sub-award would be to the City of Reynoldsburg in the amount of $10,444 toward the purchase of 2 WatchGuard cruiser cameras that will replace outdated camera equipment currently being used. The sub-awards total $130,243, and per JAG funding stipulations are determined by a formula that takes into consideration population size and violent crime rate of each jurisdiction. And pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
Great, 396, if there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 396-23.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 396-23 has been adopted. Resolution number 397-23, resolution authorizing the county administrator to execute a contract with the University of Cincinnati for justice practitioner training services in the amount of $20,250.
The University of Cincinnati provides implementation support on the evidence-based cognitive behavioral intervention curriculum, which broadly targets all criminogenic needs for adults in the justice-involved community. This contract would allow the University of Cincinnati to provide facilitation training on this curriculum for local justice practitioners. The contract is supported through our JAG grant funding and will allow 18 practitioners from CBCF, Municipal Court Probation, OJPP, Alvis Inc., and the Franklin County Sheriff's Office to participate. The training would take place here locally in Franklin County to reduce any associated costs, and credentialing local staff here in this evidence-based curriculum would ensure access across the justice system in an effort to address the needs of our justice-involved community as well as reduce recidivism. Pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
Excellent. If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 397-23.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 397-23 has been adopted. Resolution number 398-23, resolution authorizing a professional service contract agreement with Aaron Blameyer for peer support and case management services for residents served via Safer Station in the amount of $19,800.
The Safer Station program opened in September of 2022 and has seen over 500 walk-ins for service since that time. The program is staffed by a multidisciplinary team that continues to grow as we seek to expand our evening and weekend hours. A contract with Ms. Erin Blameyer for peer support and case management services would expand the team to 5 active peer supporters who provide residents with harm reduction education, linkage to substance use treatment, and recovery support planning. She brings to the table experience at a local drop-in center, so she's familiar with the community, the clientele, and the resources available. We're really excited to have the opportunity to add her to our team and grow our hours of that program. And pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution. It's a
Did you say
mouthful.
you approve?
I don't know. I don't even know what happened there. It's a
Well,
mouthful.
we're glad you approve.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 398-23.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 398-23 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thanks. All right, the purchasing department.
Resolution number 399-23, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $1,946,441.88.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Perry Valenier, Director of Purchasing, and joining me is Tamika Bumper, Economic Equity Administrator in the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. This resolution requests your approval of 76 purchase orders for which the county auditor has pre-certified available funding. Tamika has the supplier diversity data to share with you today. Good morning, Tamika.
Good morning. 5 of the purchase orders being presented today are awarded to small emerging businesses totaling $50,274.60. 5% are being awarded to women-owned businesses, and 1% is to small emerging businesses. Once approved by agencies, have provided equitable and inclusive opportunities to small businesses this week. These agencies include Court of Appeals, Court of Common Pleas, Domestic and Juvenile Court, Engineer's Office, and the Sheriff's Department. Pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 399-23.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 399-23 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, thanks.
Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 423, resolution authorizing a transfer of funds for the payment of debt service.
Commissioners, Zach Blair, the Office of Management and Budget. This resolution would transfer $13.6 million to the various bond retirement funds, including $13.3 million from the general fund for the county's June 1st debt service payment. The resolution also authorizes the payment of the county's June 1st debt service payment, which totals $24.1 million. In addition to the amounts transferred, $9.3 million is held with the trustee for the Series 2018 sales tax back bonds, and the Columbus Clippers and Children's Services have made lease payments directly into the funds. The Columbus Clippers is $431,000, Children's Services approximately $782,000. Pending any questions, would ask for your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move to adopt Resolution 400-23.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 400-23 has been adopted.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, do we have any generalizations today?
We do not.
Great. Are there any members of the media on that would like to ask any questions this morning? All right, hearing none, I guess that brings our meeting to a close.
All right.